Today I'm going to make something called magic slice, and the reason that it's magic is because it's so easy to throw together. You can use just about anything you've got in your cupboard and it's really easy to remember as well. It's essentially one of everything. 1 packet of biscuits, 100 grams of butter, 1 can of condensed milk and 1 cup of everything else. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a biscuit base. What I've got here is butternut snap cookies. So I'm just going to put the biscuits and the softened room temperature butter into a food processor and blitz it until it resembles fine breadcrumbs. I'm just going to tip this into the pan and press it in. It kind of resembles sort of breadcrumbs or sort of wet sand sort of consistency, so no big lumps essentially. If you don't have a food processor, you can smash up the biscuits in a bag with a rolling pin and then mix through melted butter and it has the same effect. I'm just going to use a water glass to spread the biscuit base around the bottom of the pan to make sure it's packed in firmly and it covers the whole base. And this works for any kind of biscuit-based slice or cheesecake that you're making. Once it's all spread nice and flat and into every corner, I'm ready to put the other ingredients in. So these ingredients can be varied. For this one, I'm going to be using dates and peanuts, white choc chips and coconut, but you can use any dried fruit, any nut, any flavour of choc chip that you like. And if you don't want to use nuts, then you can substitute nuts for cereal, you know, cornflakes or Nutri-Grain or some kind of seeds or whatever it is you like. This is truly magic slice. So first of all, I'm just going to spread 1 cup of choc chips over the base. Follow that with 1 cup of moist coconut flakes. You can use shredded coconut instead or even desiccated coconut if that's what you've got. I love the moist coconut flakes because they're a little sweet and they've just got a little bit more body than the dried coconut. Some chopped dates. This is an easy way to chop them. Just use a pair of scissors. And this is a really good recipe just for using up sort of the ends of packets of stuff. So if you've got a few raisins, you know, maybe some currants, dried apricots, glacé ginger, cherries, whatever kind of dried fruit that you've got in the cupboard, you can use up in this recipe. The thing that strikes me about Magic Slice is that it uses the tinned condensed milk, which we always had in the fridge when I was a kid. And it was actually one of the naughtier things that I did as a kid was I used to drink it out of the can. So in goes a cup of nuts. I love this recipe because you can knock it out in just a few minutes. It bakes in half an hour, chill it down, and it keeps for ages in the fridge as well. And it's really popular. So these are salted roasted peanuts, which I think just gives it an absolutely gorgeous flavour. And finally, I'm just going to take that can of condensed milk and drizzle it right over the top. No mixing, no nothing. I'm just going to pour it over the top, ready to bake. And then that just goes into the oven, 170 degrees for half an hour. So once it's baked, I've chilled it in the fridge for a couple of hours to firm up, and now I'm going to get it out and cut it up. So first of all, I'll just release the sides with a spatula. So these are the sides that aren't covered by the baking paper. Now I'll just cut it into 12 even pieces. It's pretty rich, so you can cut it into smaller pieces if you like. And there you have it. Only a few ingredients, only a few processes, very, very simple and really, really moreish. Yum, just need a cup of tea with that.